All right, everybody. Welcome to the lecture hall. I'm your host for the evening, Professor Bobo. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. We have a massive matchup with plenty of real world and hot world implications here as Team Maroon goes up against the real ultimate Mosh Pit. Team Maroon right now in third place. Dankstrom and the Mosh Pit boys are in fifth. For this game right now, the key... if you take a peek at the standings, if the real Ultimate Mosh Pit take a 2-0, they will jump all the way up to third place and knock Team Maroon out of their current standings. Right now, Team Freelo and Blasting Burrows firmly entrenched at the top of Division A West. Both of these teams slugging it out. They actually may wind up seeing each other in the first round of the playoffs. That is well within possibilities here. Team Maroon would probably be satisfied with a draw. They thus far have already played both of the two top teams in the division. Feeling pretty good about themselves so far. This is their first season here in NGS. Maps for the evening. We will be headed first to Battlefield of Eternity, followed up by Towers of Doom. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow were banned out. Tomb of the Spider Queen, the preferred map of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. So, quickly, shots fired in our coin flip lobby. Chat, want to give a shout out. Thank you guys for watching tonight. As always, let me know if I forget to click a button. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Give you a shout out to all the people you know and love. Let us know who's feeding and who's dreaming, and who's hopping on the good foot and who's doing the bad thing. Tonight, we'll give extra special shout-out to two players specifically. Dendy Smasher and Space Bacon, both leading their respective teams in player impact scores. Space Bacon, one of the highest-rated supports, I believe, in all of NGS, certainly in all of Division A, doing himself a heck of a job. Dendy Dankstrom, both played with Jason last season on Divine 9. A little bit of a change up. Zarian could not make it tonight. Rolf the Dog will be stepping in. As you can see, Team Maroon, as we talked about before, they played both of the top teams, did take the loss against Blasting Burrows last week. Both teams have picked up a win here in week number 5. Remember, week 6, each team only has one matchup. As these teams winding down towards the playoffs this season. We'll have 8 teams per division, a massive expansion of the playoff structure here in NGS. Atticus68, thank you for the follow, brother. Much appreciated. Welcome to the lecture hall. Keys tonight, just a couple things to work out. We're looking at Bacon versus the Beef. Again, Space Bacon, just a strong personal score there on his support. Not a wide pool by any means. In fact, just like just about every other support here at NGS, more than 75% of the games have been played on Stukov and Malfurion. But I do have to give him an extra special shout out, a man after my heart. He does have 2 games. 2 out of the last 3 games that they have played on that young Karazim. If you play Kara, boys, you're lucky to get a follow-up cast. We're going to just spotlight Heaven's Devil. We just want to point out, especially with the balance patch changes, will we see Tychus tonight? Tychus is a hero that Team Maroon is 3-1 on. And again, this is before he's had just a slight couple of changes. And the key one, if we see Tychus again, the bigger they are at level 4 now, has a baked-in 2-second cooldown reduction on minigun trait. That's huge. Tychus is a hero that often fails on the ladder, just due to his sort of mid-range auto attack and lack of burst, but is an outstanding pick in competitive, particularly right now when we are still in the throes of what is a deep double warrior meta. Our last point, supports staying the same. I'm trying to think. I've done 3 sets thus far after these balance patch changes, and it's still all about Malf and Stukov. I heard you call me good implicitly. No, hold on. I got it statistically. I see Space Bacon is listening in, hearing praises. You still got to prove it, baby. The numbers don't lie. But you got to back it up. All right, teams are ready. We're going to go ahead and jump in. NGS Season 4, week number 5. We are headed to Battlefield of Eternity, the Met pick of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Seen BOE a few times this week. I have to admit, an unsuccessful Greymane has shown up multiple times. Teams trying to figure out if Hanzo's auto attack range reduction is enough to bring the Greninja back into the meta. Teams have tried it, and it hasn't worked. Dexter new band, Dexter in the Mosh Pit boys. It's not bad, man. 25 seconds here on the band for Team Maroon. You gotta have good punk band names. Dow Jones and the Industrials, Pete Moss and the Fertilizers. Those are some of my favorites. It's gotta be punny. Just a little bit of an edge. Keep it smart. Maybe Dexter and the Mosh Pit boys is the next great punk band. Who knows? Play hard, play fast, and GTFO. Phoenix immediately removed. Phoenix nerfs this week were mostly based around warp. The splash damage, not that big of a... excuse me, the splash attack range, or not the damage, actually. Probably not that big of a deal here on BOE. The Medivh ban is something that you may see in both games tonight. Coming from the side of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit, as Team Maroon has shown a propensity to grab the Raven, and Hanzo is our first pick.
With honor, redemption.
So we have, again, we've seen some nerfs to Hanzo, but it just hasn't deterred teams from playing him at all. His attack range was brought down from 7.5 to 6.5. We have Malf and Johanna. Thanks from the captain. Wants his baby Joe first. Johanna played by both of these teams. They do show slightly different priorities in the tank pool. Dextrom will play the Diablo, and he will play it quite frequently. On the flip side, Team Maroon tends to pivot more into Garrosh. It's interesting. Again, this is just another matchup where we keep seeing this. Teams usually don't dip into both Diablo and Garrosh. They seem to specialize in one, and then given this meta, they will go with Johanna as their sort of secondary tank. 8 seconds left here for Team Maroon in the 2 and 3 spots. Stukov is still on the board here. They have access to both of the high meta tanks, and they will go ahead and pick up the Maiev, as well as Stukov. Здравствуйте, Admiral. Как вы поживаете? That's about all the Russian that I remember. For bans, oh boy. I would certainly like to see a tank ban, but there's an opportunity here for the Mosh Pit boys to take the advantage in the off lane. They can choke out that roll. Remember, they are playing tonight with a sub as well, so they may have specific comforts in mind. Remember, Rolf the dog is jumping in. Here's the Diablo ban. So again, even though Team Maroon has not played Diablo, it just makes sense to get rid of him here. Also, given that you have the Malfurion, you're going to be lacking in burst heals, and the way that Nature's Cure works is always a little strange around Diablo, because while it can remove the first stun, it is not going to prevent subsequent instances of CC. That can always prove to be a problem for that Swag Furion. 30 seconds left on the ban here as Team Maroon wants to set up the second half of their draft. Maiev, Hanzo, and Shtokov will certainly go into the 4-man. There's plenty of race potential that can be banned out. There is always, given that you have an early Malfurion pick, the safety of a Tracer ban. Certainly would not be adverse to see that. And they go with a Sonya here. Opens up the offlane a little bit. While Blaze is still certainly strong. This could signify that Team Maroon is more comfortable, or excuse me, more than comfortable, going with something along the lines of, say, Malthael, Leoric. Given that they do have Maiev, you can always, if you want to play for the Wombo, you can always throw a Tyrael in there. Just for sanctification inside the Warden's Cage. It's a possibility. And now back over to the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Shtokov. What's happening, Myrna? $15 seconds left. They're going to have to dig deep here to try to find a little bit of race. Again, I've seen an ineffective Greymane in the last couple of sets. Go with Liming and the Varian. Hello, Varian. Still expect to see Taunt. C-Smash and Twin Blades are still quite a meme. But the single target blow up is certainly now there. That ban was... I'll throw all chat up there. Yet Toilo just incensed at the removal of Sonya, as if a Sonya ban in the second ban phase is really going to be that wild. I'm not even top ban, but why ban me out? I just, come on. $10 seconds left here for Team Maroon. No percentage damage on the other side, so if they do want to stick with the Garrosh, it would seem rather safe here. For the time being. We'll pick up ETC and Malthael. Great. Time for the tongue twister. Malf on one side, Malth on the other. You just gotta call him Death. You got Death on the left and Swag Furion on the right. Let's go. Trying to dig a little deep here. Want some wave clear and some single target to follow up with this Varian. Both teams have actually shown a propensity to actually go with Junkrat. I know it's BOE. Need a good bit of poke here to keep that Malthael off of your tank as well. What do the Mosh Pit boys want to go with here? It could be a Thrall. And it is a Greymane. Okay. I get it. I mean, it makes a ton of sense. Given the map, and given that they are playing with the sub tonight, Rolf the dog showing on the Greymane. We'll see if there is a quick flip here. But it has proven difficult to bring Greymane back into the meta. Teams are set. Game number 1 is on the way. If you're joining us late, NGS Season 4, Week 5, Division A West. The number 3 team, Team Maroon, here on the left in blue. On the right, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit, the number 5 team in red. Mosh Pit looking to jump up to 3rd in the standings. They'll have to start off strong here on their map pick, BOE. Their preferred tomb removed. Had to move into their backup. Let's see what they got going on here in game number 1. Murder, yo, Prof. Over. Okay. Let's do it.
Prepare yourselves for battle.
I can't say no to murder. It's my boy. Blanket is going to be playing the ETC Space Bacon on the Admiral Stukov. Coca-Cola will be playing the Hanzo. Samael on the Maiev, and Engardo GL on the Malthael. Good skinergy. I like that look. Team Maroon. Spinning it on over. Dextrum is going to be playing the Johanna Rolf the Dog, summoned tonight on the Greymane. Then the Smasher on the Li Ming. Sven will be playing the Malfurion. Heading on up top. We'll give him a shot in a second. Where are you, Latoya? There you are, Latoya. On that Varian. Really look at a gank attempt. Try to keep an eye here. Let's see if Yatoila steps out. Nobody wants to get off their horse there. He steps up now. Now we expect the move. Samael might have just missed the auto attack on Varian there to miss the Emerald Brine. Quickly, Dengstrom and company are sliding in. A big chunk taken out of ETC there. Then he didn't quite have the cooldowns ready, but they will take that early misstep from Blanket. Throw our level 1 talents up there. Iron skin reduction. Ooh. Shando's Clarity. What a baby that Li Ming today. Dengstrom now clearing the way. Samael has shown up bottom. Immediately has a 2-man tether. That is both Greymane and Malfurion. The tether is stacked, but Sven is not going to make it out of there. The silence pool is too much. First blood is claimed by Team Maroon. Real good turnaround. Perhaps just missing a little bit of the timing on that spot. Let's see what else we got going on. A little bit of a change-up. Fear the Reaper on Malthael. It's not incredibly uncommon. Wolf the Dog stepping up on the ETC there. Sven is back in. Samael on the Maiev looking to make plays. Made up for the missed gank opportunity on that Guardian. Opens up a quarter of a level lead, and Team Maroon quickly goes ahead and grabs the Khazra camp on the bot lane. This is another aggressive play from Samael. He's going to have to sort of move around the route. Low health will be at least half or less, and that is the end of Maya. The resets come in. Denny Smasher has a lot of room to play with. Is there one more orb? No. Good zoning. Lurking arm there from Space Bacon. Blanket has already tapped and now will have to full back. That root causing all kinds of problems there. Johanna and Greymane will jump on the Shaman camp in the top lane. The Eternal struggle. Yatoila holding against this Malthael. It's 20 seconds before objectives spawn. Both teams will go ahead and grab their back camps. We'll take a look and see if anybody has to tap. No, Space Bacon will have the heals. Aggressive positioning thus far for Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. And there is taunt, but I don't think it's going to save Varian here. Oh, okay. Oh, and Yatoila goes down. Dextrum is deep, uses Iron Skin to go ahead and get out. The root is strong, and Stukov goes down as Space Bacon is sent packing by Rolf the Dog. At the backside, Denny Smasher has a long way to go to get out, and Coca-Cola will pick up another kill. Rolf the Dog going back in, just misses following up on Samael. He's going to eat the Immortal Stun. At the same time, the root's there, but there's no follow-up left. Maiev goes down on the backside. Dengstrom finds another kill. Teams trading 2 for 2. And now Coca-Cola has an opportunity to start poking down this Immortal. Aggressive plays from Rolf the Dog. I like seeing that already. Looks like somebody warmed up. Not too much doing, but Li Ming and Greymane are bottom. Let's see if Team Maroon makes the aggressive play once they see their Immortal starting to get chunked down. Blanket steps up. Dextrum is about half health, but has Iron Skin. Has to use it there. Good hold by Samael. Taunt going out onto Malthael. Let's see what the halftime show is. It is in the favor of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Didn't see an Umbral Bind there. Thought there was an opportunity, was not used. Concedes the halftime show. And now the invade is coming. Varian and Johanna up front trying to get some positioning. Maiev is already on the back line. Hooks Greymane. Does get the flip. Rolf the dog, though, disengage through the Immortal Stun. And now Dendi Smasher will begin the poke. On the backside, Coca-Cola and Hanzo eating the Immortal Stun, but he will go ahead and get back on. We'll see who winds up winning this race here. It's a 4-man defense. The taps are coming through. Dingstrom went all the way back. The Toilet goes in, hits the taunt on ETC, trying to pull the cow out. The root is late. There is yet another Umbral Bind. Hits 2 targets, but Dingstrom now moving in. The Immortal race is just about even, so Mosh Pit here are going to have to find themselves a target to go ahead and pick out. Rolf the dog again slides out of the Immortal Stun. Dingstrom is on the back line and healthy. He will be able to hang around there. The Toilet winds up confirming the curse kill as Malthael goes down. It is still up to the Hanzo, and Coca-Cola winds up winning it. Did not move off that point. Got stunned by the Immortal, but did not do any harm at the end. This is a very low shielded Immortal. Key there is that for now the real Ultimate Mosh Pit winds up grabbing a little bit of an XP lead as they even out the kill count 4-4. They'll be able to pick up their 7s for this race. Oh, this is going to be problematic. Rolf winds up getting pulled back in, but the power slide was a little bit early there. The route for more zoning. This Immortal will go down. Sven trying to find his way out of there. Aggressive Greymane play. Blanket is low. There is yet another 2-man Umbral Bind. But the follow-up has been a little lacking. There was a zoning lurking arm underneath the gate to try to get a little bit more out of the Immortal, and had to use a defensive power slide as well. Team Maroon will have to clean, we'll have to clean up the CC combos around Maiev. Here's yet another opportunity. 2-man, there it is. Blanket with a great play. Pulls Sven and Dendi back. Rolf the dog is on the wrong side of this. Malfurion goes down, but at the same time, Rolf is trying to pick up a counter kill. Coca-Cola is at a quarter health. Moves out. Bottom lane. Yatoila. Dealing with Malthael. Remember, Malthael not too good on this siege damage, but will wind up taking out the gate. Top lane, Khazra Camp is being picked up. This is an early camp by Yatoila and Rolf the dog. Oh, the Leeming Teleport came in just after the Umbral Bind. Not too much harm done for Dendi. However, it will make this defense a little bit more difficult. There's a jump and a taunt immediately. Space Bacon under pressure here from Stukov, but the Umbral Bind pulls 2 in, and that is a lurking arm in a fantastic position. No kills confirmed, but the trade won yet again by Team Maroon. Samael has grabbed multiple members of the real Ultimate Mosh Pit on almost all of his Umbral Binds, providing quite a bit of threat. Team Maroon will be able to pick up level 10 first. At the same time, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit will look to trade this halftime show out with pressure in top lane as they escort the Shaman on up. They will get both of these towers for free. Let's see if they want to continue and take the fort, or if they would like to get some Immortal DPS on. There is the 10s. And they are surprisingly taken by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit as they pick up the couched XP from those structures. Blessed Shield go for the throat. Twilight Dream. Wave of Force and Shield Wall. There is a taunt. Malthael is gone. The Warden's Cage is going to lock all 5 members in. At the same time, Dragon Arrow to disengage, but immediate action. The Mosh Pit. Everybody hitting the R there. Taunt, Twilight, Blessed Shield, everything. Locks down ETC and Malthael. My apologies there. 2 kills are picked up. It's a 6-5 lead, and now the long road to the Immortal is started. Let's keep an eye on this. Right about now, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit is about to keep this even. They are about to put this in their favor. Iron Skin has been used by Dingstrom. He needs to die for this Immortal race. I don't believe he has the ability to get out. Blanket and Samael and Edgardo confirm the kill on Johanna. At the same time, though, the job is done. The trade is made, and the Immortal is captured by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Second Immortal going on over to them. Again, a low health Immortal, as this game has been almost as even as one could imagine. The XP right there. No forts have gone down as of yet. 6-6 in terms of kills as we approach the 10-minute mark. There was no early structure damage, so Immortal has a long way to go. Yotoila using the taunt on Hanzo, but it looks like natural agility was used to preemptively get him out of range there. That's a tough spot for Coca-Cola. Winds up getting this done, but again, no harm done. Blanket has the opportunity to go for a big play here. Mosh Pit comes out. Wave of Force was used as well. Twilight Dream was also dropped in there, and now we're in a bit of an odd spot where Rolf the Dog is being pulled in. Flailing Swipe comes up. Blanket is taken out by Greyman. Rolf the Dog with Go for the Throat there. The 7th kill for the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Top lane, just to take a quick peek, Dengstrom is just trying to hold his own against Edgardo GL. Remember, there's no well top now. Swapping Johanna with Varian to provide single target lockdown. Level 12 and a half. And 13 around the corner here for Mosh Pit. Oh, big opportunity here for Maya. Does have the cage. There's another taunt. ETC is being focused out. Samael is low as well. Dragon's Arrow is used just to try to provide a little bit of defensive cover, but in the end, ETC is on the wrong side of that team fight. And now the real Ultimate Mosh Pit has the opportunity to step up here. They can take out this fort. At the same time, though, Dengstrom is under real pressure here. That's going to wind up being a trade. I missed one. Darn it, Rolf the Dog. You're on fire, buddy. Throw some stats on up there. You can see that the front line of Team Maroon has had problems just simply based on where the kills have been dispersed. 3 deaths apiece on ETC and Maya. The true test of Maya players is whether you can apply the Umbral Bind to multiple targets without having to E in. And that may be the adjustment that has to be made by Samael here. It has been very good at grabbing multiple targets and high priority targets at that. But the need to use Shadow of Vengeance to move forward has proved costly. See the pings going on there. Real Ultimate Mosh Pit does want this Shaman camp. They have picked up the halftime show. They have great clear. At the same time, Team Maroon tentative to start the DPS race. I think they were looking into picking up level 13. They don't back off to play defense. The advantage is still there. All heroic cooldowns are available with the exception of Warden's Cage. Rolf the Dog, as well as Yotoila, wind up getting pulled in, but Varian wants to be there, baby. There goes Rolf the Dog as well. Oh, the Mosh Pit was interrupted immediately. Strong plays. Dengstrom now following up here. Shield was used in the middle of that team fight. I believe he has Iron Skin left. Yotoila using the wall. Another zoning route. So one thing to consider. Dengstrom is one hell of an ETC player. If anybody knows when Mosh Pit is going to be popped, it is going to be the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Hell, it's in the team name, folks. You're not going to sneak one by there, and especially with Li Ming. Shoutouts to Dendy Smasher for staying out of those Moshes to use the low cooldown available on Wave of Force. No value from the Cow Ultimate. Dengstrom was positioning for it. Does not have Blessed Shield yet. I believe he wanted to rip it, to be quite honest with you. 13's finally picked up here for Team Maroon. Malthael is on the flank. Edgardo GL is all the way to the back lane. There's the Warden's Cage, and that is going to be at least a 4-man. The Ice Block comes out. Twilight Dream is used. Sven is going to look to try to see if he can pick up some counter kills before he goes down. Malfurion goes down to the Dragon's Arrow, but at the same time, the second kill is picked up. ETC and Maiev are gone. Stukov is next to follow. Malthael goes down as well. It's 4 members of Team Maroon gone. And in a high-pressure game, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit is showing up big time. They have 15 kills. This was 6-6 in terms of kills. They have gone 9-1 post-level 10. They have done extremely well into Warden's Cage and Mosh Pit. Effective use of their heroics, and now they have the opportunity to paint the map red. 16's also grabbed there. They do want this camp. Rolf the Dog is low. Dendy Smasher on the way with the Li Ming. Should be easy to pick up here with a Greymane. Dengstrom there taking a peek. Doesn't quite have vision on the gate. And this camp is picked up for free. Sonic Arrow, just a little late. Maiev now is tending to top. Hero cooldown will all be up quite soon. If there is a little bit of a window here, very strong use of Dragon's Arrow by Coca-Cola. He has hit multiple targets on the last fight. It did secure the kill on Sven. The real Ultimate Mosh Pit has grouped up a little bit. They've been caught in multiple cages as well. Samael going in for the Warden's Cage combo, but at the same time, that is all of the focus being applied to ETC. Samael is likely next. No, uses the Shadow to get on out. And again, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit just comfortable fighting within the cage. They've had great success. Now cleaning up the well. They're not in a great position to take core here. It's still a little early. 16s are right around the corner for Team Maroon. But perhaps by getting rid of the well there, they can buy themselves an even greater advantage for this next Immortal phase. 20 seconds remaining. They go ahead and move for the bottom lane Khazra camp. There are no keeps remaining. And now, Team Maroon looking to force here. Agardo GL in the front. Yotoila winds up hitting the taunt. The root is also being used onto Malthael. He gets poked out hard. Samael is in deep, has no way out. Zoning root there by Space Bacon is over the wall, has an opportunity to make a play here. Keep an eye on Blanket, has not been able to hit a great mosh pit yet. Wolf the Dog goes down. The first kill is picked up. Yotoila is in a bad spot, but Space Bacon is being chased down. Dijkstrom uses Johanna's excellent PvP, I must say, to get that one in there. Blanket knocked out of the mosh pit immediately. So far, a 2-for-1. Yotoila eventually does go down. Sven trying to use his own roots to get out of there. Evades the Dragon's Arrow, but Hanzo picks up the kill. Dendi Smasher looking for resets. Samael gets out. 3-4-1. However, 3 Katas approaching core. There's Samael to go ahead and clean it up. Dendi Smasher will begin the race. We'll be going up against Coca-Cola's Hanzo, but it's a little scary situation there. It's Coca-Cola himself quite low. Stukov was chased down and hounded by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Space Bacon finally taken out by Dijkstrom. And even though Hanzo does win this race, with the keep pressure, the real Ultimate Mosh Pit finds themselves in the position where a strong defense is going to lead to Kata pressure. They're actually swinging for offense here. Interesting spot for Team Maroon. They're going to have to make the proper decisions here. They do have Warden's Cage as well as Dragon Arrow in a few seconds. Mosh Pit is not available. The blanket goes in anyway. Oh, that's going to hurt. And it looks like Rolf the Dog is going to go down as he goes into the cage. Confirmed kill based on last rites. Edgardo GL does pick that kill up, and now this Immortal will be claimed. Should have at least half, if not 2/3 of a shield here. Objective is captured. Catapults, however, are stacking. 2 catapults top lane. 2, 3 in the bot lane. 5 on core. Somebody's got it back. Okay. It is Edgardo. Oh, these catapults are going to start working. They are locked in on core. I'm not sure it's going to break shield here. Malthael does clean it up. The late Shaman can't pick up will keep Malthael back. So at worst, a 4v5 situation for the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. They certainly can afford to give this Fort up based on their strong siege damage early in this game. The kill gap has been closed. 15-7 previously. It is down to 17-12. Half level away from 20. Samael looking for maybe a bit of a misstep. Again, Malthael is stuck here dealing with Katas and Shaman. Low mana. And as we pop back, Blanket yet again. No value on these mosh pits. Wave of Force as well as Twilight Dream are being used. Ooh, and that's a misstep by Dijkstrom. Did not have the 20. Johanna does not live through that. The taunt will come through on Space Bacon, who is targeted. Rolf the Dog has the jump. He will go ahead and get this. Dendi with the resets picks up the second kill. 3rd overall. And with Yotoila on that variant. Ooh, Coca-Cola has an opportunity to pick up a kill on Dendi Smasher there. Keep an eye on Yotoila, though. With Yotoila having a real secondary tank here is a great boost to any siege potential. Dendy is insanely low. Edgardo GL does. Is he going to be able to get last rights off? He's looking to pocket onto Rolf the dog. Hits it. So now the HP pool switches as Sven heals Dendy's Li Ming back up. Core is under siege. It is just Hanzo. 4 seconds left on ETC. We'll have Mosh Pit to make some sort of miraculous heroic defense. But Dendy's not going to let that happen. Hanzo is deleted. The real ultimate Mosh Pit will look to claim game number 1, even though Blanket is lost. No need for the pause. Another Mosh in a row. GG's all around. 22-13 in terms of kills. You know, I asked for a bloodbath. 35 kills. I think we got one. Now we got to pick up Murda. Let's go get... Where is he? Murda. We're going to find ourselves a co. Big win for the real ultimate Mosh Pit. Dendy Smasher had a field day. But again, Rolf the Dog jumping in as a substitute tonight on that gray main. Well played. Let's go. Hey.
Nope.
Murder, let's go, baby.
Hey.
I'm picking you up. Come on.
Yeah.
Swing on over to the NGS Discord.
Okay.
What's happening, guy?
Buffalo!
Oh, hype train. What'd you think of that first game?
I'm just watching the end of it right now.
Good old delay, eh?
Yep. Good job with the spoilers.
Suck it up, man. Suck it up.
Well, I guess there could still be a comeback here. There's catapults moving towards the core.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I'm not gonna ruin it at all. We're just gonna let it play out.
The real ultimate Mosh Pit moving the core.
Oh. Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow.
Is my mic gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Okay.
No. All right. Well, whatever. Give
Yeah, the girlfriend got drunk, and I was like, "Don't get on the road, please."
details, but you know, hey. All right. Toss me later, fam. Let me set this bad boy up.
Oh, yeah. Promote. There you go.
Hey. All right. So for map number 2, we will be headed to Towers of Doom. Map choice of Team Maroon. Let's get this bad boy set up. Team 2 will be drafting first. Okay, looks like we are good. Let's get teams in a lobby there. There were solid plays on both sides. The big difference in that game was that just hard for ETC to get value out of Mosh Pit. In fact, the real ultimate Mosh Pit would often commit not just the low cooldown of Wave of Force, but also Twilight Dream as well, in order to prevent ETC from having an impact in that game.
Oh.
Oh? Oh, murder? Ah. And the other point that we touched on, even though Samael was proficient at grabbing multiple members of the real ultimate Mosh Pit with Umbral Bind, didn't confirm kills quickly. Led to a lot of trades.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Well, but you got to live with it. Again, it's hard to get value out of Maya if you always have to use Shadow of Vengeance to go forward. At that point, really, the only escape you have is Vault of the Wardens, which has seen its cooldown trickle upwards, where it should go, quite frankly. All right. Teams are in lobby. We are nearly set to head to Towers of Doom. See if they're ready. big win for the real Ultimate Mosh Pit now. We want our Denny back. Haha, good point. So here on Towers, plays a little bit more into the macro game. The real Ultimate Mosh Pit is a team that just wants to get in and brawl. Strong preference for Tomb of the Spider Queen as well as BOE. Let's take a quick look at our scouting report for the season. Team Maroon has a fantastic record on Towers. They are, as of yet, undefeated, in fact. 4-0 on this map. Teams are ready. Let's go ahead and get this one going. Map number 2, Towers of Doom. We'll see.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah, dude. What do you? I thought maybe you had been drinking as well.
No, I was.
Did
like,
you think I was
okay,
talking to
all right.
myself? Do you think I was narrating for you? I know you like my voice, but I didn't know you like it that much.
I do like it.
How many deep are you?
I'm
Hey,
real
Murder! Do you have yourself a nice cold Budweiser?
deep. Miller Lite.
Oh. Probably can't say that on stream. No cams. We should be all right. Medivh, the band here from the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. We talked about it in the first draft lobby. Medivh has been a successful hero for Team Maroon. Certainly a valued pick here on Towers of Doom. Back-to-back first ban on Medivh.
I do appreciate Medivh bans always. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but it's why? I mean, if we're casting, it's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch, but I think Medivh is actually really good on this map because of those bottom camps and the portal placement engagement onto them. And it's a big disruptor for a lot of teams when they're trying to just take away their own camp, and then the enemies are right on top of them, and quite frankly, right on top of where the capture is. Hanzo, the ban for Team Maroon.
The old NGS band special. We played it in the first game. Now we don't want it in the video game. Get rid of it.
Hanzo, I think, he's just so good, right? He was played by Team Maroon in game number 1, right? Coca-Cola played it. And I think that they did a good job of it. So maybe this is just they want it for themselves and they don't want the opportunity for the other team to have it. I didn't see where he got selected in the first draft, but I'd assume it was probably high.
It was early. Stuka picked up yet again for Team Maroon and another Maiev game. So this draft playing out much like the first map. Coca-Cola hit a lot of big dragon arrows. Mosh Pit was a little guilty of at times clumping up really hard, but just lacking in the follow-up damage proved to be a big part of the problem, as those team fights were trades in favor of Dengstrom and the Mosh Pit boys. Okay. Apparently we're going through almost the same draft. Malfurion and Li Ming picked up.
Yeah, so now Johanna, Malfurion, and Li Ming were all played in game number 1 by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Johanna, I heard you mention it earlier during the draft that they like teams like playing Garrosh or Diablo, and this Johanna is acting as their number 2 tank. So yeah, we are seeing it again here, but we should note it is in the absence of Diablo or Garrosh here, so it is their number 1 selection right now.
And the real Ultimate Mosh Pit let both Diablo and Garrosh, through in the early part of the game. They used the secondary ban on Diablo, and the pick was ETC and not Garrosh.
So the ETC is still on the board right now. We saw Blanket play that in game 1. But the ban here, I would assume they want to get rid of some sort of damage, because tank and support already picked up for the real Ultimate Mosh Pit.
I would see any problem with a Greymane ban again. Okay, they get rid of the Dahaka to get rid of the global. Again, Rolf the Dog subbing in tonight. Sometimes when you see that a sub shows up, just try to knock him off of a comfort pick.
Yeah, I can feel the pain there. If I'm a Dahaka player coming in and you ban out my Dahaka, I wouldn't be too thrilled.
Yatoila, again, incensed that the second ban here by Team Maroon is being used on his solo laners. I swear I haven't given them any information. I don't even think we touched on it. They may just be a prescient group over there from Texas A&M.
Yeah, the good old Texas A&M people. That is, what's their mascot?
They're the Aggies. Yeah, they're down in
Yeah.
College Station.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool that, especially watching right now, here's the dorm being on. I think these guys participated in at least the group play, right?
I certainly would believe so. In fact, Div A West also has Tilted Miners from UC. Oh no,
UCF.
No, it's one of the California schools. Ooh, and the thing is, I can't say the wrong UC school because I don't like Santa Barbara.
Well, Div A East also has UCF Death Knights, right?
Yes. Cal State Long Beach. Okay, Long Beach is cool.
Garrosh, by the way, I like that. He's pretty good. Paired with heroes like Maiev and Stukov, just a lot of displacement. Umbral Bind with the toss and throws by Garrosh. It's nothing you want to be playing against, so I appreciate the ban there by the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit.
They do leave Diablo up. Diablo, I believe, yet to be played by Team Maroon, but again, when a tank is at the top of the meta, you assume that the other team at least has the ability to dip into the Lord of Terror.
And we're potentially looking at Hell in a Cell here if they go Diablo. Instead, it's Sonya Murden.
Okay. So the Dahaka ban targeted and opens up Sonya to dominate and not have to worry about the global there in the top lane. Edgardo GL will be on that Sonya. Nice safe Murden pickup here. There are plenty of options there for Team Maroon with their last pick. Murden, what would you like to see here for the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit in these last two slots?
Oh, they have their Li Ming setting up something to help with that. So I actually like having the Cursed Bullet from Greymane or even the Last Rites from Malthael to help get resets for her. And they need to find some sort of sustained damage to pair with that burst from Li Ming. They also want to look for a solo laner here.
I would love to see Tychus. I've been begging somebody to play Tychus in one of my games. Like, the bigger they are, please. Okay. The exact same comp. Yotoila, mad that Dahaka not available, so he's going to go back to the Varian. And Rolf the dog will yet again be on that Greymane. The exact same team picked up here in map 2 as the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit, showing a fair bit of confidence.
And it really is. It's a classic pairing. You get Varian taunting, Greymane hitting Curse Bullet, and Li Ming destroying them. And once, like as I mentioned, once you get the first reset, that's all Li Ming really needs to get her value. If they find more, that's just all Gucci from there. But I definitely, we saw what happened in game 1, and I expect more of the same here in game 2.
Jaina and Junkrat leap to mind here with this last pick. 15 seconds for Team Maroon to make their call. They do need a combination of wave clear and burst damage. I expect one of those two heroes. Then they go with the Junkrat. Okay. Junkrat is something that Team Maroon has gone with quite frequently. They've had a few Jaina games, but have showed a propensity for mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, he is wave clear and he is burst damage when you get that Riptire. So
yeah. Riptire is extremely effective against Li Ming and Greymane.
Yeah, maybe it's actually the perfect pick for them here.
Well, we'll find out. Game 2 coming at you. NGS Season 4, week number 5. The second map here. We're headed to Towers of Doom. We'll see if the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit can complete the clean sweep. In doing so, they would be able to jump above Team Maroon in the standings and right on up to 3rd in Division A West. A big matchup for them. They go with the exact same comp that did them so well in game number 1. How does it translate here to Towers of Doom? All right. Looking to even the series out. Come away with an important draw. Team Maroon, Samael yet again on the Maiev. Blanket will be on the Murden. Edgardo GL on the Sonya. Space Bacon on the Stukov. Lagging behind. See Samael on the Maiev.
And on the right-hand side, we have the real Ultimate Mosh Pit, led by the Captain Dankstrom on Johanna. Leeming's gonna be played by Dendy Smasher. Ralph the Dog playing Greymane. Malfurion is gonna be played by Sven. And Yatoila? Okay, Yatoila is gonna be on the variant.
It's a trick because you want to say Latoya, but that ain't
That's
but
right.
that ain't right. Block on Murden at level 1. Warpaint for Sonya. Yet again, the Umbral Bind quest. Thanks from under immediate pressure. Obviously has Moshpit. Excuse me, has Iron Skin. Samuel on the back line. We see a good trade out there. Rolf the Dog is quite deep, but uses Disengage to go ahead and slide out. All in all, I think a winning trade for the real Ultimate Mosh Pit early there. Thanks from now applying a little bit more pressure. Oh.
So,
Iron.
for me, looking at these comps, I'm thinking about the wave clear and how they're going to be able to get in there. Oh, well, actually, Johanna's
Dankstrom
looking for a
is
big
deep.
Great heal, though, by Stukov there. Looking at the wave clear for these teams, I think it's actually going to favor Team Maroon a bit. Just having that Junkrat and Maiev doing a deceptive amount of damage to minions. So we'll see. I think the Leeming is a little bit worse than the Junkrat. Maybe the Maiev is a little bit better than the Greymane for wave clear.
But
it's pretty close.
absolutely, the one thing though to consider, Junkrat is the kind of hero that cannot afford to take shots from Dendy Smasher on that Leeming. If Coca-Cola is out of position, and Dankstrom wants to rip a combo, that would be probably the easiest way to go ahead and start the reset chain. Yet Toilet doing work on Edgardo GL. Varian beating Sonya up. You bully you.
Yeah, I like seeing that. Being a solo lane player, having Sonya bullied out of a lane. It's a hero that's very tough to deal with. And
might have been thinking about the invade there. But no, that's not a matchup that you typically would think would favor the Varian. But your Toilet, again, this draft played out exactly the same way. We're seeing a little bit of early confidence here from the real Ultimate Mosh, but Blanket going deep, looking to apply pressure on the Dendy Smasher, but Li Ming is quite safe. Thanks for trying to use Kid to get rid of this.
I love seeing Li Ming step up here, trying to get the damage onto Maiev, pushing Samuel off, because that's really where the damage is going to be coming from, and once his health is low, it kind of neutralizes the entire engagement from Team Maroon. So I like to see the focus there from Li Ming and Dendy Smasher.
Edgardo GL equalizing the lane, putting the pressure back onto Yatoila. This is, of course, a taunt variant. Talent's looking much the same. Trent is picked up by Sven on his Swag Fury. And, ooh, a little bit interesting and, quite frankly, risky play here by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit. They are bombing for the enemy altar. Sven on the backline has to use zoning, a zoning route. Space Bacon and Samuel are going to be late to this fight. Edgardo GL pushed out by Dendy and Rolf the Dog, but stays alive. And on the backside, Blanket with a great play, capping the enemy side. Is there a delay? No.
Well, they don't get the delay, but they get the 8 points, and that's pretty well worth it. A very, like you said, aggressive play by the real Ultimate Mosh Pit, trying to send 5 members to the opponent's altar there, but they didn't send anyone to the bottom. Junkrat was able to cap it all by himself, and a heads-up play there by Blanket, capping the enemy side altar and swinging that back to the advantage of Team Maroon.
And just as important there, they did not take a death. Ooh, Yatoila looking for a Junkrat. Head gets the slow. There's the taunt. Dendy Smasher is there. The Umbral Bund is just enough. Coca-Cola stays alive, and it's a fantastic lurking arm. Space Bacon picks up a kill on Dendy Smasher. That is first blood going over to Team Maroon.
So I woke up this morning, had some thick-cut bacon, but I didn't have space bacon, and yeah, it was thick with 2 C's, Bobo.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I've had the pleasure of casting Space Bacon before, and this is his hero. He loves playing Stukov, and you see why right there with that lurking arm, able to finish off the Leeming.
Fantastic use of Bio Kill Switch to keep Junkrat alive. Coca-Cola was on about 85 hit points. Dendy was blinking on in, trying to finish the kill off on our beloved Hunkrat, but in the end, the fight is turned, and Team Maroon do claim first blood here. XP just about even. We also saw this happen in the first game. Dengstrom popping in top lane to use wave clear against Sonya, rather than the pressure that Yotoila had provided on Varian. Blanket now sharking around for kills. Edgardo does not have space for the spear. Both teams have sapper camps pushing bottom as this altar is up and available. Yotoila does wind up finding a taunt, but it is just Muradin. There is the Umbral Bind on Varian. On the backline, Rolf the dog is trying to find Coca-Cola. The roots come out. Another great lurking arm from Space Bacon. Rolf the dog has to retreat out. He's now stuck out in human form. Dengstrom trying to apply pressure up front. Does not have Iron Skin available. Sonya winds up going down as Rolf dives back in. Samael finishing the kill on Greymane with the Umbral Bind, but does it cost his life? Not quite.
Li Ming is looking for it. Good silence here by Space Bacon again. But Junkrat will pay with his life. 2 for 1. Handed over to the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit and the altar.
Fantastic route by Sven. Confirms the kill. Warcraft Hero 1. Overwatch Hero 0. 2 kills apiece. As the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit grabs an XP lead, begins the march to level 10. Much cleaner game here than what we saw early on in game number 1.
Yeah, I like seeing the prioritization on the bot lane. Like, there's 4 members from Real Ultimate Mosh Pit down there. I would have liked to have seen them stay and try to push that out and take the advantage, but they're finding...
the late taunt.
Yeah, thick taunt there, dude.
Shout out to Yotoila. Held it as long as possible. Taunt gets its full value as Maya is the 3rd kill there. Coca-Cola is in big trouble. Okay. Concussion Mine helps him to escape there. I just think Yotoila's mad. In the first game, was clearly highlighting Sonya, then it gets banned out. Was clearly highlighting Dahak in the second game, it gets banned out. So, pick the hero that helps you kill somebody real quick. Value out of Varian.
They do have Johanna up on an island right now. I guess they wanted to switch Varian to be their main tank in this portion of the game. He served his purpose early, holding it against Sonya. Now they want Johanna to be that split out bruiser type style hero. And it's going to be Varian moving with the 4-man from here. Try to get those taunts, try to get those curse bullets in the combo from Li Ming. So we will see what happens here as 2 altars are spawning on the top side of the map and position in the bush currently for the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit.
Team Maroon does not quite have the view here. Keep an eye on Coca-Cola. I'm sure that's the target that Yotoila wants. He's on the back line. Oh, Li Ming winds up getting caught out there. And the cage comes out, and the boss is starting to do a little bit of work. On the backside, Rolf the dog is deep. He will go down for the 2nd kill obtained by Team Maroon there. Blanket is on the back line now. Has Avatar. He's quite sturdy. The Riptide is looking to find Sven. Late one. Malfurion does stay alive. Iron Skin is procced. Yotoila is deep. There's yet another protect. Varian goes down. It's a quad for Team Maroon.
You hate to see it. The boss got pulled. It did a lot of damage to the backline of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit, but really the bigger thing in that engagement was how early Li Ming died in the fight. You saw the taunt come out from Varian. They couldn't get Li Ming into range to hit any sort of damage onto the target. I don't even think Greymane got Curse Bullet off.
What looked like what happened there was strong positioning up in this area from 3 members of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. They certainly felt like they could move their DPS and support up, but the counter engage was strong. Blanket, as well as the Gardo GL on the Sonya, just too much. The taunt goes out this time. It's Stukov. He is targeted. Rolf the dog trying to finish this kill off there, but flailing swipe winds up getting him out. Dendy Smasher is on the run. Blanket is trying to pick this kill up. Gone is Li Ming from this fight. The first kill is picked up. Blanket looking very comfortable in this Murden in game 2. Sven now under pressure. Slides out with about 125 hit points. Oh, and the concussion mine launches Yotoila back in. Should be the end of Varian.
See you later, Yotoila. Great damage, great concussion mine by Coca-Cola. Outstanding play from Junkrat to this portion in the game. 27 stacks on Taste for Explosions. Looking to get a little higher, but so far so good for him.
Strong play by Blanket here. Looks a lot more comfortable on this Murden. Has made a world of difference. putting pressure on the back line. And it certainly seems like that has been a focus here in game number 2. Dengstrom trying to make a play. Uses Condemn, hits 3 men. There is the Blessed Shield combo, and now Dendy Smasher looking to start to get the resets. Twilight Dream finally being used to great effect there, but only gets 1 kill on the Junkrat. 2 altars have spawned. The mid and bot. Looks like Rolf the Dog has 1. And it's going to have to be a very quick rotate here by the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit if they want to go ahead and secure the second. 10 seconds before Junkrat comes up.
Yeah, that kill on Junkrat was a function of Sonya being split in the top lane. And, oh, look at this. Johanna pushing forward.
Swipe.
Great swipes by Stukov to reset that. Dendy Smasher going to start capping. See if he can get it for free. And looks like he will. Dendy Smasher get another 4 points for his team. And now we're dead even at 24.
Semael used the shadow to go forward. Thought better of jumping in there. Concussion might send
knocked over the wall is
over.
Aquila right here.
Oh, the silence from Space Bacon is going to finish off very. And on the back line, there's an opportunity for Samael. The Umbral Bind comes through, pulls Rolf the Dog, but the Riptire, I think the Riptire actually knocked him back out. Because it looked like Umbral Bind was on Greymane, and then Riptire was used. And I'm not sure if the interactions kind of got crossed there and prevented Greymane from going down.
Yeah, it did. It broke the Umbral Bind. Snapped the cord on that one. Here's Coca-Cola moving forward. Did he see
Did he jump
Johanna
over?
in this bush? Now they do. It looked like he jumped right over.
Dexter has
it.
Blessed
Space
Shield.
Bacon's in trouble.
Yep, uses it. And again, they find Space Bacon. 2 kills as Maiev gets picked off. That is the recipe for success here for the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. They have tried to pick up kills on Coca-Cola in particular. But if they can get Space Bacon out of there, that is the end of Team Maroon.
I want to highlight Dengstrom and what he's doing with his Iron Skin during the Warden's Cage. He's just running right back towards the exit route for his team, popping through all those shields with his Unstoppable, and giving an escape route to be able to fend off against that attack. And you saw what happened there. They picked up the kills, and now they're actually getting the bottom fort out of it, which is enormous.
Massive.
Here on Towers of Doom as 3 altars.
Yeah, this is going to be the last 3 altars spawn. Chad, if you're looking to solve your Maiev problems, that's how you play Johanna against it. Use Iron Skin to just break the walls. Aggressive positioning here by Blanket. Yatoila is up there alone. We'll have the Q to delay. Sven and Dendy trying to figure out how they can get a little bit more delay. Oh, what a great concussion mine. And that concussion mine by Coca-Cola secures top enemy altar for Team Maroon. Dengstrom now looking to put the chase on. Does have Blessed Shield, but the Condemn does not reach any targets. And the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit will trade their altar for a boss.
This is scouted by Junkrat. They now know they're on this boss. Do they want to move in is the question. Looks like Blanket is going to lead the way up here. And this boss is about 15% health, now below 10. It should go over to Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Not quite fast enough by Team Maroon to get
the
there.
Key to the trade. And Edgardo GL is picking up the Sapper camp. That was a situation where if Team Maroon committed to that, not only could they have lost boss, they could have lost 3 shots to Sappers. And now an aggressive rotation here as the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit bears down on top lane. We're doing the dance. Tower for tower.
And this definitely plays more into the favor of the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit. Of course, they still have 4-2 right now. They can make the rotation back to the bottom side, capture that if they'd like, especially once they see Sonya make it there. They're a lot closer to 16 than Team Maroon is currently. So really, it's only 1 more tower, and if they get it here at mid, that's enough for their 16s, and they can take a fight here.
Siege damage is, at least single target damage, is actually a little lacking for Team Maroon, in that if you only have Sonya, and if she does not have access to Wrath, she struggles to burn these down. Junkrat's Siege is better off, sort of spread out. It's not fantastic on the bell tower.
Greymane taking the camp top. He's going to be late here to this fight down on the bottom side, Bobo.
And I think Real Ultimate Mosh Pit just wants to delay here. It looks like they want to trade... Oh, Yatoila thinking of it. There is the Warden's Cage. However, it only hits Dendy Smasher and Sven. Yatoila uses the cage to bounce back in. Dendy is back out. There is the Riptide, but is immediately stopped. Dextrom is deep. He has used Iron Skin, and here comes Rolf the Dog. What does the Greymane have? Uses Curse Bullet on a Murden, is on the back line now. Space Bacon is under immense amount of pressure. Dextrom cannot get there. Rolf the Dog picks up the first kill, will be stuck. The kill is traded out.
trade favors Real Ultimate Mosh Pit
watch
because no
Dendi.
heals, no support.
There's one.
Here. Look at this.
Can Dendi get another?
It's a reset for Li Ming.
Two.
There's another reset, and it's gonna find a third. Oh wow.
Oh, and
Boom.
Maiev goes down to the orb. Dendi Smasher
Triple
popping
kill.
off.
Smart heads up play here, grabbing the fort before the capture. Only Junkrat on the field for Team Maroon currently. This thing's gonna be going down pretty quickly. Dangstrom, half health, but he's got Malfurion here on low
Top,
mana.
top sappers were converted. This is 12 shots. This will turn into an 18 to 16 advantage once this bottom bell tower is converted. 2 mercenary camps here in the bot lane. Boss in 230.
Yeah, that's another, what, 5
Six?
shots coming across. 6
6 shots. Yeah, 18-6 here. Oh. What a cheeky concussion mine. Your toilet has to sit and wait for this sapper to march on back. Cheeky play. Probably not much in the grand scheme of things. And, you know, but it does actually allow for that rotation to come into effect.
Yep, and now it's going to be defense of this bottom fort with sappers ready to cross the line. So this is actually a huge play in a flanking position coming from.
Wrath was popped, but Coca-Cola is real far forward. Dengstrom does have Blessed Shield, uses their hits too. Avatars popped at the same time. Toilet is working on Samael, Mal. Maiev is looking like the first one to go down. Riptire hits quite a few members. The silence is used by Sven. Twilight Dream helping to convert a kill. Edgardo GL wanted to go back in. Maybe not the right move there. Sonya is the second kill converted. Low health by the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit, but they're going to take this trade.
And pumpkins are crossing the line. There's at least 1, 2, and was that a third? Yep,
Wow.
a third. 3 cross the line.
Boss's
Boba.
game. And, you know, the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit wasn't necessarily struggling in the early part of this game. Oh, they only need 1. This is going to take forever. This looks like it should be game with good defensive positioning here. You have Taunt, Varian, as well as Johanna. Only need to defend this bad boy up here. But just getting back to the point that we were making, it looked like Blanket was finding a groove on the Muradin. It looked like Team Maroon started off with a strong advantage. If Blanket goes down here, it is certainly not meant to be. Oh, boy.
So much damage.
And that was a short combo. Blanket trying to go in and prevent this final cap. Sven does convert it. And a well-played series by the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit as Dengstrom and the boys get a massive 2-0 there. They will jump up to 3rd place.
Yeah, huge congratulations to him. That's amazing. We had an opportunity to scrim against the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit early in the season. They're definitely a solid team.
Yep,
hello?
nope, just moved you. Yeah, we're just trying to see if we can get Dengstrom in the lobby there. Sorry, you were saying?
Just a great performance tonight. The burst comp that they ran, the exact identical comp in both games, played pretty well. It's definitely a combination that a lot of teams who know about it are very successful with, and teams that aren't as familiar with it are kind of caught off balance when they play against it, and that was the case tonight for Team Maroon.
A funny wrinkle, though, about the variant, and we're going to have to ask Dengstrom about that one, because your toilet was complaining in both drafts. You sniped my pick. You banned my hero out. The variant works out exceptionally well in both games, and they used it not just for the taunt value, but would often switch Varian and Johanna on the map in order to get that more passive, safe wave clear in the off lane and use Varian to shark for kills. I don't know, it's just funny how that works out. I had a earlier set in the season where one of our young teams here in NGS played Varian again by accident. I think they misclicked it, and then they found out that Varian and Diablo is a pretty devastating combo if played well. Yatoila is here. Speak
Hello.
of the perturbed devil, boy that actually wound up working out for you, didn't it?
So yeah, a little bit. It
A
was
little
actually
bit.
kind of an act.
Oh,
I was supposed to go twin blade
really?
against the Sony, and I misclicked, and then I got yelled out. And then it worked out.
Well, it looks like you wanted the Dahaka in game 2 and the Sonya in game 1.
Yeah. Sonya is by far my most played solo laner, and I think she's really, really strong in the solo
Oh, I mean, who
lane.
doesn't? For sure.
And then, when she got banned in the first game, we kind of already had a plan for that with the variant.
Mm-hmm.
Except we found that Twin Blades variant is really good on Battlefield of Eternity. His race is actually really solid. And then we looked at their format and said, no, we're just... And then the second game, they banned the Dahaka, which I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Global
Of
pressure.
course. It is.
And then when they went Sonya, I was like, okay, I'll just go Twin Blades variant. And he crashes Sonya post.
Okay.
Then I actually... So...
All right. I listen.
But it worked out.
I mean, certainly. So, keeping the team comp constant in both games, even though you might have mispicked a talent. Rolf, and speak of the devil, we were actually going to throw the shout out there to Rolf the dog, jumping in tonight as a substitute, double gray main, getting work done there, brother.
Hey, Rolf the dog, true to my name, I was the Worgen.
You ain't no dirty egg sucking dog. Shout out, one of the best Muppets, by the way.
My favorite Muppet, definitely.
He's up there. Murda will attest that my Steam profile may or may not be Swedish Chef, but Rolf, always in my heart.
It's true.
Rolf, what happened tonight? Were you scheduled to jump in there? Was this just sort of a last second thing? What's going on?
Yeah, so Dengstrom's my brother, so he calls on me whenever he needs me, and I showed up tonight, and went well.
True fam, right on. In the second game there, looks like, even though you guys had struggling a little bit there, Blanket on the Murden did a really good job, particularly finding Dendi. But what's going on in comms? How do you guys wrestle control of game number 2 back in this set?
Well, there's a little bit of yelling.
Okay.
We decided to start yelling out targets.
A little bit of yelling. Very much just yelling at whoever we can manage to hit. At first, we struggled with a little bit because we weren't planning on running the taunt. So we weren't really set into the mindset of kill a taunt target, right? And so we sort of had to kind of back up a little bit after the first few encounters we had and get sort of back into that mindset of, okay, we're getting a taunt, kill that person as fast.
Right. It looked...
And it doesn't matter who it is.
And I think it really worked because you had the variant in both games set up for the Cursed Bullet, and Li Ming had a total of 17 kills tonight. So getting those resets on her is huge, and it obviously paid off in the kill count column.
Oh, yeah. Dindy was on absolute fire.
Oh, yes. It also looked like you guys, really, that game started to turn around when you could find the focus on Stukov. Obviously, that's a key point, but you can see that adjustment. I'm assuming that was some of what the yelling was about tonight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, as a gray main, they were telling me just to dive their back line, especially on a target that doesn't move like Stukov when he's putting down that silence. You just have to put the pressure on him and make him back out from the back line.
All right. Well, with that victory, you guys move on up to 3rd place. I believe you still have a set against one of the top 2 teams. I'm not sure. Is it Freelo or Blasting Burrows that is left for you guys?
It is Burrow.
Okay.
Who we've actually scrimmed before.
Well, Michael and the boys have done a fantastic job here in Division A West. I had them early in the season. They've just been an absolute steam train in some of the games that I've been able to catch them. But what's going on with the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit this season? You guys seem to have been picking up steam here later in the year. Taking a little while for things to come together for you guys?
So I played on the University of Houston dorm team, which is Dengstrom. And so we've kind of played on and off a little bit over the last 6 to 8 months. And everyone else is brand new to me. I believe Sven and Zarian are the same way. And then, of course, Ralph and Dengstrom are brothers. Okay. So we have, at the start of the season, I think we started maybe playing maybe 3-4 weeks before. And it was just games here and there kind of idea, right? We really didn't start playing together until about the first week of the season, and we struggled a little bit with who plays aggressive, who plays not so aggressive. How do we do call outs? Some of us were struggling with this is the call, do this. A little bit of lag and sometimes what we wanted to do. And now, we've been playing for weeks together now, and I think that we play really, really well. We have a really good sort of understanding of strengths and weaknesses of each player, and we just sort of click.
I would say tonight we didn't play a comp, obviously I'm a sub, but we didn't play a comp that we usually play. But since we played it twice in a row, you can see we're trying to get into the groove more, and it's working out well for us.
Absolutely. Murdy, you got any questions for these fellas?
What's the next step from here? Looks like you guys are going to be locked into the playoffs. Any teams you're looking forward for a rematch or potentially facing off against in those playoffs?
I believe there is one team. I believe it is Tilted Miners, I think. That
calling them out.
We're looking.
Why not? Come on.
That we're looking forward to playing in the playoffs. I think that's the one we're kind of aiming to play off. I believe we went 1-1 against them, and we really felt like we should have won the first match. So we'd like the ability to rematch, sort of, flex our muscles and take them.
All right, right on. And the floor is yours, guys. Time for some shout outs. Take it away.
Ralph, go ahead.
Thanks, brother, for bringing me in. Had a lot of fun, and Grayman forever.
A shout out to the rest of our team. A shout out to Zarian, who couldn't be here tonight because reasons that I don't actually remember. That was a long time ago. There's a lot's happened since he told us he wasn't coming tonight.
Life happens.
Shout out to the friends of mine that have watched us play and have sort of been around for all of this and kind of watched our journey. So, to all of them, and thanks to you guys for casting.
Thank you guys for giving me the privilege. Again, this is a really big set, and it was something that I like to see, particularly with the playoffs coming right around the corner. Again, we'll see how it shakes out, but you guys could be in for some tough matchups here as we
I hope so.
Move into the playoffs, man. It's only 2 weeks away.
Oh man. Well, now finals and everything are over. So, also this is a really big one. I go to UH, and this makes me.
Right on, man. All right. Thank you both guys. Again, best of luck going forward.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So that does it for set number 1. As the real Ultimate Mosh Pit leapfrogs over Team Maroon into 3rd place here in Division A West. I like seeing that. They were able to, again, play the same comp twice. Worked out for them. Even the accidental variant taunt pick. Sometimes it works out. This was definitely one of those cases. Murda, will you be joining us for the second half of my doubleheader, or am I flying solo tonight? What's going on?
You bet your sweet butt I will not be missing that Team Sky Arch Moto Miracle matchup.
This is going to be a really interesting one. Moto Miracle, my senpai, my mentor, Ghost Dunk and the boys get to go up against the fun, the unpredictable Team Sky Arch. Boy, I hope we didn't teach him too many things just messing around in unranked tonight.
If they play that comp we were playing earlier, I'm not going to spoil it right now.
We're gonna get pumped. We're gonna get pumped.
I will be the happiest little boy in the entire world.
I might just back off and let you do the game. I might just sit back, crack a beer, and laugh.
I'm pretty excited if it happens.
I can't tease too much. All right, so we're just gonna take a little bit of a break here while we wind up reconfiguring all of the OBS widgets and buttons and make sure that I can figure out how to get myself coordinated for the next game, because again, this should be quite a bit of fun. For those of you that will not be joining us, as always, I keep my events tab up to date with future casts. Remember, we only have 1 week of the season left. Following that, we'll have the NGS Meet Hall will be coming at you, and we'll find out what the playoff assignment is going to be like tonight. Put a little bit of fun music up there as well. Hopefully that's not too loud. Again, we'll be back at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. Moto Miracle goes up against Team Sky Arch in Division B West. I have been your host, Professor Bobo. My captain, my friend, Murda, going to join me for the second half of this doubleheader. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here.